Welcome to Travel Smart, the insider's travel guide from independent TV. This is the series where we share our take on the best destinations to visit, as well as the most sustainable ways to explore the world.
I'm overlooking Istanbul from Galata Tower, the perfect vantage point to begin a closer look at the city in this episode of Travel Smart. Of course, Istanbul is renowned for its cafe culture. I'm sitting here enjoying the new Galata district, overlooking the Bosphorus with Asia in the background. If you are visiting Istanbul, here's some of our other recommendations.
Our cafe is a wonderful location, the interior featuring the amazing photography of owner Arugula, a world-famous Turkish-Armenian photographer. It's a great space, whether inside or outside, to take in the vibe of the area.
The speciality here at Kızılkayalar is the wet hamburger. Yes, it looks like a hamburger, but it's been soaked in tomato sauce and garlic. Absolutely delicious, especially when you wash it down with ayran, which is kind of yogurt liquid.
Dandin Bakery is a beloved patisserie, the cake and pastry buffet being a particular treat at reasonable prices.
I think I've discovered the branch of Starbucks with the best view in the world. Yes, I've just bought a £2 very tasty cappuccino. The view, though, absolutely priceless across the Bosphorus to Asia. I've just touched down at Istanbul's new airport, one of the world's biggest hubs, connecting 300 cities worldwide, linking Europe with Asia, Africa with North America, and bringing humanity together. Unlike many other big airports, Istanbul is really just one terminal, which makes it much easier whether you're arriving, departing, or connecting. I was actually very fond of Istanbul's old airport. It was almost in the city centre, but by the end it was getting very congested. Operations really started up here in 2019, and unlike many other big hub airports, well, Istanbul is a single terminal, a giant single terminal.
The meeting point of Europe and Asia, Istanbul is obviously well connected, and that makes it a great adventure to get to by train. Historically, this rail route was home to one of the most famous trains in the world. Yes, the Orient Express, synonymous with luxury, opulence, and a dark kind of glamour.
First running in 1883, the route starts in Paris, calling through Strasbourg, Munich, Vienna, Budapest and Bucharest before arriving in Istanbul.
This historic train ceased serving Istanbul in 1977 and stopped running altogether in 2009. But there are still options for those looking to make their way across Europe to Istanbul by rail.
You can still travel by train from Paris to Istanbul, either going via Budapest and Bucharest or via Belgrade and Sofia. Both routes take 4 to 5 days, involve one or more sleeper trains, and give travellers the chance to see other exciting European destinations along the way.
My top tip, check out rail guru Mark Smith's website, seat61.com, to find out exactly how to do it.
As Istanbul is a running city, people are moving a lot. So street food is really important about Istanbul and the people who live in. But my best is the Turkish bagel for breakfast. Bagel and the tea is our very, very traditional breakfast style while we are running around in the morning.
Thank you very much. This is the perfect snack when you are sightseeing in Istanbul. Very nice. We call it a bagel. What do you call it?
Simit.
Simit. There we are. And this is 6 lira, so that's about 25 pence.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you.
There's another hidden gem between Sultanahmet and the horse area. We call it Hippodrome. There's a serpent column over there. It's another hidden gem you need to see. It's coming from the historical Greek, originally from Delhi.
Hidden in the Karaköy district of Istanbul are the Commando Stairs, created in the 1870s by Abraham Commando, a banker who wanted his children to get to school more easily, but without the risk of them tumbling all the way down the stairs. And at the bottom, there's Turkey's first central bank.
Commando Stairs, it's one of the most picturesque location in Istanbul because that architecture you cannot find anywhere in Istanbul. That design is iconic, so it's one of the most picturesque location.
Time for your travel questions with a Turkish flavour. And Tony says, next year I want to go to Samarkand and explore some of the Silk Road. What do you recommend? Well, Tony, I recommend that you fly via Istanbul. Partly that's because there are very good connections across Central Asia from Istanbul. In particular, you can fly out to the fine capital of Uzbekistan, which is Tashkent, of course, and then take the high-speed train just a couple of hours from there to Samarkand. You can continue to Bukhara and perhaps even to Khiva, which for my money is the most spectacular location anywhere on the Silk Road. There's also a financial benefit coming through Istanbul. If you stay for at least 24 hours, then suddenly you see air passenger duty fall by over £70, which will probably be enough of a saving to pay for your stay. Next, Daryl says, why are flights to Turkey so expensive compared with Spain? Well, simply a matter of distance. I checked and Gatwick to Alicante is less than half as far as the distance from Gatwick to Antalya on Turkey's Mediterranean coast. Add to that the fact that Manchester to Malaga is 90 minutes shorter than Manchester to Dalaman, and well, that explains why the planes cost more, because they're frankly using a lot more fuel and time. Having said that, I think when you get to Turkey, you realise just how inexpensive and great value it is.
That's it for this episode of Travel Smart on Independent TV. Be sure to check in for the next episode, which you can watch on our website, on the Independent app or on your smart TV.
And for all the latest travel news, views and advice, be sure to check out independent.co.uk, as well as listening to my daily travel podcast.